you're looking for a detailed explanation of my personal independent form of Satanism, which is pretty well laid out, at least in outline, in the Unholy video that I put up like 3 years ago. I'm not going to give you one. Although I will say, all of the private messages and conversations that others have initiated with me regarding that video have been under the mistaken assumption that its prime focus is about gay equality, accepting homosexuality, or condemning major world religions for being innately homophobic. If that's all that you take away from that video, then you're missing the point. Illustrating the bigotry of major religions is done in that video in order to lead up to the real point, which is that darkness is all. And in my estimation, if you're going to revere something, the self and the totality of existence are probably the only two things worth revering. And if you're going to do that using an occult lens through which to view it all, then, to my mind, the only accurate way to view it is as feminine, lunar symbolism, darkness. Look at the origin of the universe, or multiverses, whatever you happen to consider to be most realistic. It's like the quote in the video says, light was born of darkness. So what was before light? Darkness. Darkness is all. And of course, like the Setians go back to Set, and they think that he's the origin, or the most ancient, well-defined dark deity. I think it's really more effective to just go at the idea of darkness itself. Go straight to the root. Don't attach yourself overly much to any particular cultural symbol. Use whatever works for you, of course, but ultimately, imbuing a symbol, something outside of yourself, with too much power, personifying something to the point where you begin to believe in it as a literal deity, it just seems foolish, and it leads to a bunch of really classical, dependent, theistic kinds of thinking. And I don't see it as psychologically healthy myself. I know you're probably thinking, oh, here's this weirdo in cheesy corpse paint on Halloween, by the way, trying to tell other people what is and is not psychologically healthy. Well, first of all, it's fucking Halloween. I paint my face however I want. Second of all, I'm also a psychology major. I'm the person that you're going to be sending your kids to for therapy. Scary thought, right? But this is theatrical. It's not my identity. It's not something that my sense of self is completely mired in. It's for fun. And I figured I'd capitalize on it a little bit more and make a video while I have the makeup on. Why the hell not? Anyway, this is probably the most disorganized project I've ever done, but I basically just did it because I wanted to do a video in makeup. Because this is going to take forever to wash off, and I hardly ever do it, so why the hell not? But anyway, yeah, I see the universe in kind of a monistic left-hand path. Radical, lesbian, feminist, sort of like evil Dianic Wicca, but without all the weird theism and belief in the supernatural and hippy-dippy bullshit that Dianic Wicca has threaded throughout it. Now, if you want to call that a type of Satanism, you can, I guess, but I've shied more and more away from that label because, on the one hand, it seems like the majority of the people identifying with that label are either Church of Satan people who are still riding Anton LaVey's dick after how many fucking years since the guy died. I don't really understand that whole personality cult thing. Or they're theists and they have retarded, whacked out literalist beliefs about stuff that basically equates out to, like, taking themselves way too fucking seriously, being half fucking delusional, not dealing with their psychological issues, and having the same kind of groveling, emotionally dependent relationship with an imaginary father figure that, like, the Christians do. It's the same dependent mentality that I despise. It's like, yay, we both like goth trappings and dark things, but you really are missing the point. If you really believe in an imaginary father figure, in hell, in the sky, whatever, doesn't matter, it's all the same. I just don't have that much respect for you, I'm sorry. Maybe we can get along on when it comes to other issues, but not on that one. Real darkness, real Satanism is independence. It is self-overcoming. It is self-actualization. It is not leaning on an imaginary friend as an emotional crutch. It's just not. It's not depending on an idea of, an invisible friend to prop you up and make you feel more powerful. So, yeah, it is non-theistic, atheistic, what the fuck ever. Suitheistic, whatever. To be Satan-like, to really be on the left-hand path, requires genuinely transgressing to the furthest extent that you are able, given, reasonable guidelines. Don't abuse children, don't abuse animals, don't rape people, whatever, common sense. Transgressing norms that are needless, that hold you back. And one of those norms that holds people back is this theistic dependence mentality. If you can't break free of that, then I have to question just how truly satanic you are. It's just me. Just my ramblings. Take it or leave it. I don't care. I'm not even gonna allow ratings or comments on this video, because I don't give a fuck what you or anybody else have to say. I'm putting it out there, and if somebody finds it useful or entertaining, good, and if they don't, oh fucking well, I don't care. I do this for me. I don't do this for you. I don't do this for Father Satan, who art in hell. I don't have retarded ideas about the world like that. Monist, physicalist, pantheist. Look it up. Not spiritual pantheist. I don't believe in the Force. I don't believe in a spiritual realm at all. But I do believe that theism is weakness, and weakness is the antithesis of the left-hand path. To really connect with the intuitive, the occult, the shadow side of yourself, and to harness it and to hone it requires focus and dedication, independence. Psychological autonomy is really the key. If you don't know what that is, or if you only understand it intellectually and you don't feel the concept in your fucking bones, I suggest you look a little deeper into it. You're limiting yourself. You depend on other people for your emotional satisfaction, for your sense of identity, whether those people are real, whether it's a feeling of connection with something that you've projected outside of yourself, like a deity. It's all dependence. Weakness. Let it go.
Satanic verses of your superstition.